Alright. First and foremost, I'm gonna say Kalaim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Ha Rakakwadash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who do rule and teach well. Elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone. I don't know if I said of. I don't know. Today's video, checking out the news articles because I want to find some things out, see, what I could come up with. I got a camp tomorrow, so wake up nice, bright and early and ship out, So that's what I've been doing. And while I was looking around, I've been looking over a lot of different, web pages. I usually stick to like 3 or 4: Natural News, Infowars, CNN, sometimes Reuters, NBC occasionally. I'll probably check that one out too. Zero Hedge and Natural News, if I didn't say that already. Those are kind of like the articles that I stick to, and a lot of these web pages, a lot of those alternative news pages, they just link each other anyway. So the currently fictitious subject matter of the new apocalyptic, which, apocalypse means like revealing, basically. That's what really goes, revelation of something, like revealing. I remember a brother went into it a long time ago. I believe it was the elders. I may have heard it from another brother. I can't remember, but right, dystopian thriller film Leave the World Behind, a project of Barack Obama's High Ground Productions company, could soon become a reality. Right now, this is something that all kinds of people on the alternative news space have been bringing out. Of course, us and The Truth. I've been bringing it out. I did a video on it as well. I just saw a couple brothers make titles of videos about it, and then I was like, what's that film all about? So I took the time to go watch it myself, because I didn't want to just check out a bunch of videos and not go watch it myself. I'm like that. If you put a video in your video, or you like show something, like, I'm gonna stop watching your video and I'm gonna go watch it and go check it out for myself. Make sure I know what's going on. And sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, like it says, the Church of Berea, I gotta prove all things. We gotta, they want to prove those things at the Church of Berea. I said also that thing, prove. Does it say prove all things, or it's how does it go? An unction to know all things. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. You have an unction to know all things. But you know what I'm saying. You gotta have that Church of Berea spirit. Not that I'm saying you brothers are liars or something, but I have to check things for myself and then do my own digging and say, okay, is this really true? Is this really going on, or is this like hearsay? Because it's happened from time to time where brothers will like link something and then the whole article will be false, and they didn't like read the whole article or do digging on the outside, and make sure that article is all good. It's happened before, I only know of like once, but other brothers will get on that and rebuke them and say, hey, no, that article you gotta read and be careful. So the film depicts the United States in a full-scale collapse due to a cyber attack that takes down everything from phone lines to the power grid to the internet, and even satellites in orbit. In the currently globalized world, all of these things that are viable to the continuity of the New World Order. Without them, Leave the World Behind will become a documentary rather than a fictitious thriller, right? Which, in a way, it is basically a documentary. All these things are vital. Without them, yeah. So it's saying without them, when these things are taken down, they make it seem like when these things are taken down, the movie will be more like a documentary, which is really what it is. It's really, a statement of fact. This is something that's going to happen. The WEF always, and like in the last couple years, always been talking about that. Oh, then they blame it on the climate. Oh, the climate, this, and oh, we're running out of power. Oh, people gotta turn off the power. Oh, you can't use the power. There's been all kinds of advisories and things always coming out about it. So it's very possible that could be some sort of cyber attack. They've been talking about that too. WEF. We all know about the whole Nikki Haley thing, the Nikki Haley incident, where she pretty much came on the classics, like Nick Rockefeller. Was it Nick, or was his name Jay? He was a senator, and he pretty much went all into it. These are things that I'm gonna bring out at camp tomorrow, but just speaking on it for now. So let's get a quick precept. Oh, come on. Okay, so I'm not gonna sign in. I don't really need to. We're just gonna keep it pretty basic. So Psalm 64, hear my voice. Oh, God, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. We know that God is, really means power. Allah. We're gonna make it plural. Allahayim. All right. Enemy, all nations, primarily the Edomites. Right. What is that? Psalm 83. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Right. And what is the secret counsel of the wicked? Right. The insurrection, the workers of iniquity. Right. Illuminated ones, Illuminati. All those 33rd degrees of Freemasonry, and I believe Illuminati's at the top. That's where you get it, 33rd degree and stuff, and then you have like different subsections even within that, and then you have other groups and stuff that's like all mixed in, like you have the Boule, which is like for the blacks, for us, for so-called black people. You have the Boule, so you get your Michael Jordans and all those guys. There was another one. Was it the Divine Seven or the Special Seven or something Seven? Or was it Divine Nine? Yeah, that stuff. Well, that's all that's just recruiting for like Boule and stuff. All those college kind of like fraternities and whatever. Those guys, they be coming out of that. They get turned over, and they join the Masons and stuff like that. Police officers, of course, all very, very satanic. We all know about Skull and Bones, so that's another example, like these kind of secret groups in colleges and whatever, and then you join in, and then you do the rituals, and then they let you into like the Masonry, and you kind of work your way up from there. They give you a ring and whatever. And there's layers to it. To how, like, the Freemasonry thing goes. Because you have some people who are just Masons, and they maybe just meet up every once in a while and have coffee or something, and they're not really on no kind of level. Then you got the guys that are like really tapped in and are super gay. So, right. So this is that, right? Hide me from the secret counsel, look from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Why? Because who at their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? For their propaganda. So all their things that they're, hiding out, planning out, and all these events that they're coming up from, hide us from that. It's really, King David talking, because he had secret enemies in his own lifetime, people that wanted him dead, right? And he was picking a prayer in the spirit. But, really the spirit, he's prophesying about these times now, and these are things that, we're praying about, man, praying for protection, praying to be safe, because these elites, they really want us dead, right? And, they want us off the streets, right, which they're going to succeed in that, and then they ultimately want to just kill us, because, the words that we speak, they're like madness. It's like bad music to them. We're getting into them. We get into their skull. Like it says in Hebrew 4:12. The words of the Lord are sharp. Let's see if we can find it. A two-edged sword. As it says, it was a double-edged. All iniquity is a double-edged sword. All the wounds thereof cannot be healed. No. Oh, fuck. Perhaps if I just look up sword, it'll give me what I'm looking for. Huh. Alright. Pretty sure I already know what this is off. Yeah, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and the discerner of the thoughts and intent of the heart. Right? The same thing is in Isaiah 49:2. I read that not too long ago, right? Because recently I just finished up the whole book of Isaiah, and those videos are gonna come soon. Video on every single chapter. Something that I want to kind of get into to help me remember it better and things like that. And of course, help any brother out there who's like, man, like, what does this mean? And just have like a quick place where you can kind of find every single chapter spoken about, which you really, it's not necessary to do a video on every single chapter, because a lot of it's just history, but I'm gonna go into it anyway, because it's just something I like to do. I could go into the same history over and over and over again and not care. I'm fine with it. Right. So that's what that is, right? We get into their minds, right? Because that's what we say called getting cut, because it goes, gets at your spirit, like, man, am I really in need of money? Man, oh my gosh, and that's why, another one that I just started thinking of, Revelation 12:12. Right, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for devils come down unto you, having great wrath, because if he has but a short time. Right, and that's woe means destruction. Destruction is going to come to inhabitants of the earth. The sea. Because Esau knows he has short time, so he's really moving very quickly with his stuff, and he's all out with it. You got these guys like Yuval Noah Harari, which he is gay. He is gay, by the way. He's a Amalekite, and he is gay, and he is into fucking biometrics, and he does not give a fuck, and he says everything out there and puts it all out there. Now, common sense to tell you, okay, if that's what he's saying, then obviously Klaus Schwab must think the same way. And if Klaus Schwab thinks the same way, then the people above Klaus Schwab thinks the same way. And if the people above Klaus Schwab thinks the same way, then the people above them think the same way. And then you just kind of follow that line of logic and reasoning, and then it takes you to the tippity top of who runs the world right now, which goes into those elite banking families. And they have so much money you can't even quantify it. They have like, I think it's in like the trillions that the Rothschilds have. It's just, but no one really knows. It's just so much money that you can't really quantify it. They're both guys, even like Larry Fink. Larry Fink got to answer to them elite families. So some serious power right there. Some serious wealth. Which is nothing compared to the power of the angels, which will obviously destroy them. When you read the rest of the chapter, it's not, it's pretty clear and obvious to see. And then you have a different thing with the chariots having their little sightings, and Esau obviously can't take him out. You can't do nothing to him, and he won't. He'll fail. And yeah, so that was that. I just wanted to get a few scriptures for that. So now as chief advisor for cybersecurity company Sentinel One. Defense against ransomware and state-sponsored cyber strikes is my job, Wright said. And a piece she wrote for the Daily Mail Online, United Kingdom. There's a storm going on in the UK, man. So, make sure you pray for those brothers out there in the UK. May Allah Shah watch over those brothers. Because apparently it's wrecking havoc. So, low one, those brothers are all right. China and Russia are the only adversarial nation states with the military and cyber capability to conduct total global warfare. These enemies of America don't need to bring down passenger planes and sabotage super tankers to trigger mayhem, right? Exactly. All they need to do is just get after the power system. Right now, Second Esdras, either 15 or 16 says, the Lord will bring the plagues upon Egypt, again, right? Now, it's not literal Egypt, right? It's talking about America, Isaiah 19, and Revelation 11 will make that pretty clear that it's talking about new Egypt, not Egypt where it is today, not actual Egypt. And then you got Deuteronomy 28 and 68 classics like that, which will make it pretty clear, paint a pretty clear picture. But most people can't see even that, which is just fucking talking to you fucking people is a waste of my fucking time. My bad, that was my wrist cracking a little bit. Waste talking to you people is a waste of my fucking time. Waste of fucking time. Absolutely a waste of fucking time. All you do is fucking moan. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Fucking get over it and go fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck you people do all day. Just go live your life. Leave me the fuck alone, man. Let me teach and let me go home. I don't want to fucking, I'm not here to, talk to you. I don't want a fucking talk show. I go out here and I teach the word. I teach the scriptures. I'm here to teach the whole full elect through the internet. And I have it there, right there, live, okay? And then you can gather it. You can go watch it online. If you catch me in person, you can go catch it in person. That's all I'm here to do. I'm not here to fucking talk to fucking people, man. I'm not a fucking talk show host. Fucking, what's that nigga name? Dr. Phil. What's the other nigga's name, man? What's that other nigga name? The nigga, that's the nigga's name, man. He's fucking bald-headed. Steve Harvey. I'm not no fucking Steve Harvey, man. That's a good video name. I'm a teacher, not a fucking talk show host. Man, I run a class, not a talk show. Yeah, this is a class, not a talk show. I teach. I don't debate or I do podcast. I'm just here to tell you you're wrong. You can say, oh, well, this, that, and the fourth. We can have some dialogue and I'll prove that you're wrong. And then you'll keep going back and forth. And then eventually I'll just say, okay, you got to go, man. Because you got to defend the scriptures and things like that. And of course, be cordial and, relatively polite to people. Now if they start getting on some bullshit, you say, man, you got to go, and you just ignore them. You keep doing what you're going to do. Because sometimes it's like that. People are just on some bullshit, and you're just like, okay, yep, mm-hmm. And you just keep talking, Keep your eyes on them, but just keep talking. Eventually, if they're not retarded, then they'll leave, But if they're pretty retarded, then they'll just stand by and look at you, and then you just keep talking. You keep talking. Maybe eventually they'll get bored and leave. That's what typically happens, unless they looking for a fight or something, Which, I've never had to put my hands on nobody, I had to close to once, like a few years ago, but a little one, I'm protected, while I'm out there, I just, they'll watch over me, things like that. Watch over all you brothers, of course, Watch over you, all you brothers, and Lowell and I stay protected too. Will watch over me, and then no harm come to my way out there, cause it's dangerous. Right. So the fear was real. That's a precursor to bringing a nation to its knees. Then there's the ongoing threat of China invading and trying to take over Taiwan. Chinese President Xi Jinping recently warned President Joe Biden that his plans to reunify Taiwan with the Chinese mainland in action that would require a full-scale invasion. Right now, that's a continuation of if you ever go into this the Chinese Civil War, between the communists and the Chinese nationalists. But basically, the Chinese nationalists, they pretty much left China and dipped out, and ran out, and they ran into Taiwan, and that's where they are now. And China basically, the communists basically took over, and then basically what they want to do is go back in there. They want to go back and go to Taiwan and get those nationalists, and put the final death nail in that coffin to all that, which will be something. If that goes down, really be something. So, should the U.S. defy its plan by China, the communist country might launch a cyber attack on America, likely in major population centers like Los Angeles, New York City, right, Chicago, Phoenix, Houston, Philadelphia. This opinion are right anyway, right? And we know that Jeremiah 30:7. It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna happen everywhere. It's gonna be rough times everywhere, and it will happen. And that is prophecy. So it's not should, right? Likely, could, might. No, it's will happen. Will happen exactly like this? No, maybe. I mean, I don't want to say no, but like maybe, right? But it's something that will come. There will be some sort of cyber attack. There has to be some sort of thing that goes down that crashes everything. Some sort of global financial collapse, or maybe everything combined. But there has to be something that'll come and be like, that the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to say. So taking out power to 100 homes would generate little interest and have negligible impact, right? Warned. The global power attacks cause massive disruption and create the conditions to overall public safety in response of federal authorities, right? So it's like, yeah, perhaps let's just say that they do a cyber attack, and I'm just kind of spitballing here. Maybe after that, then, the elites decide to, shut things down themselves. And now it's like one little attack from them just now blew up into something really, really bad, right? And yeah, so that was pretty much that. I just wanted to check this whole thing out. Of course, they went into a lot of other stuff, right? To be clear, rights opinions about China and Russia in that context are merely speculation. That's itself and the so-called deep state that runs it behind the veil is fully capable of taking down America itself in a false flag attack, which I said very well could be what they do, which I believe that is what they will do, and it could be in combination with an attack by China or Russia, which you could then blame on an enemy like China or Russia, right? So it could actually be an attack by them, and then they can do something extra, But I personally believe, and a lot of us, we believe that a lot of these cyber attacks that they say are Chinese or Russian backed, allegedly, like what the fuck does that even mean, are actually done by, American operatives or American controlled operatives themselves that are doing these hacks and these things. But maybe not all of them are. Who's to say? I don't know, man. So, Llewellyn, you brothers were edified. I wanted to talk about this again. As I said before, I'm going to reread the article. I'll get a lot more scriptures and things like that, and then I'll talk about it, again tomorrow. Other things I saw on the news. What is this one? Yeah, CCP intensifies humanoid robot production to maintain manufacturing dominance. I don't know if I'm going to talk about this at camp. Probably not. I think this is more than enough. Because I could just go into, all those kind of scriptures about the end and how we know it's the end and this and that and that and this. And I think that's more than enough to feed the sheep off of. Because you got attacks and stuff in Ukraine. But what else did I get? Hold on. Yeah, so this is another thing. Myanmar artillery shells land in China, wounding 5 people and injuring Beijing. Right now, I did some digging. Right, when it comes to any sort of nation and things like this, you need to always dig and take a look at the the foreign policy of that nation and look at the diplomatic relations of that nation, because you can easily make mistakes saying, "Oh, look, they did it on purpose," and obviously you need to read the article and stuff like that. It wasn't on purpose. It was just fighting and stuff going on in Myanmar. They've been having like a civil war since like 2021, and they've been going back and forth, and of course China doesn't like it. They want the wars and stuff to stop. And Myanmar pretty much plays defense. They had diplomatic dealings with China, have like good relations, like they signed like a non-aggression agreement and things like that. And then they also have good relations with a lot of NATO and EU nations and things like that, as well, in the United Kingdom and all that stuff. So wars, rumors of wars, wars of the people in the world, right, is going on in Myanmar. People aren't liking shit. They don't like what's going on, and they're fighting, stuff like that. The U.S. has, with the U.S. and certain EU nations, they like sanctioned it and whatever. But like nations like France that still do business with them and things like that. So that was pretty much it. The 1 out of 5. Just wanted to go into that. A bunch of other random news, whatever I could find. That's pretty much it. Shalom.